Hello and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranj and today I'll be giving you the Capper Comparison Picks for UFC Vegas 76, Strickland versus Magomedov. Abus Magomedov. Interesting matchup there, but anyway, I've selected some fights that I'm kind of on the fence. I could go either way. So I had to do a Capper Comparison Picks to push me one way or the other. So let's start this off with a sloppy heavyweight fight. This is on prelims, I do believe. If not, it damn well should be, because it's going to be not a very entertaining fight, but a tough fight to pick the winner nonetheless. So let's get to it. We've got the big boys, King Kong, Alexandr Romanov, taking on Blagoy, Ivanov. Interesting fight here. Okay. Romanov coming off probably the worst ever performance definitely in his history, and possibly in every professional UFC fight. Aside from I saw like a couple guys. It was a sad, sorry performance for Romanov. His last fight out against Alexander Volkov. Volkov took him out round 1 TKO. Romanov looked like crap. He went for a couple takedowns, I think, got stuffed. Didn't throw out one punch, and after he got stuffed, he just realized he's not going to win, and he gave up, pretty much, letting Volkov dominate and get the TKO there in the first round. Before that, he lost a majority decision to Marcin Tybura. Now, that was a decent performance. Prior to that, he took care of Chase Sherman with Americana. Chase Sherman. Some people love him, some people hate him. I just don't think he's that good, to be honest with you. Before that, another bottom-of-the-barrel heavyweight that a lot of people like to beat up on, Jared Vanderaa. Took care of him ground and pound round 2. That was expected. And prior to that, he had another sad performance. Well, he won a technical split decision over Juan Espino and El Guapo. But man, I remember that fight, and he found a way out because he got nut checked. He got hit in the nuts, and then he said he couldn't go on any longer. So we went to judges' scorecards, and I guess the judges, he outscored Juan Espino. But you know why I think? It's because Romanov knew if the fight was to keep going, Juan Espino was starting to get the upper hand, and he probably would have lost. But say what you will, the guy did get the win there. He's fighting out of Moldova, the Lion Club Kamrat. 3 inches height advantage, 2-inch reach advantage over his opponent, Blagoy Ivanov. Blagoy Ivanov also took a loss to Marcin Tybura by unanimous decision. Before that, he beat Marcos Rogerio de Lima by unanimous decision. Before that, he took 2 losses. One was a split decision to Augusto Sakai, and he lost a split decision to Derek the Black Beast Lewis, which you gotta hold. This guy does not get finished. Keeps going to decision. He might be losing some of them because he's slow, sluggish, predictable, and 36 years old. A lot of things not going for him. Speaking of that, let's break the ages down. Romanov is slightly younger. He's 32. Blagoy Ivanov is 36. Okay. Blagoy Ivanov has been training out of Extreme Couture. Actually, you know what? I think Tapology has it listed as American Kickboxing Academy, AKA, but on Instagram, I think I've seen him Extreme Couture in the background. So who knows? But I think he's at Extreme Couture as far as I believe. He is a Bulgarian by descent, and he is a former Sambo champion. Little news you might not. He actually beat Fedor Emelianenko in Sambo. Fedor, the Fedor, He beat Fedor in Sambo. So Blagoy Ivanov knows how to fight. I mean, he got stabbed in the heart and survived, and is still fighting. How many people can say that? One. This guy. But anyway, let's see what the cappers have to say in this fight between Alexandr Romanov and Blagoy Ivanov. I'm on my knees, Norm, so, okay. All right. The line has stayed the same since I opened up. Well, for me on Bet, these odds are all from Bet Online. I wrote these down originally on Sunday night, and now again today is Wednesday night, so they haven't moved here for this fight. The over under 1.5 rounds it's set at. If you think it's going to go over 1.5, minus 185. The bookies also agree with you. They think it's going to go that way too. But if you think it's going to go under because of these guys' shitty cardio, plus 155. That might be a thing to do. If you base it on Romanov's last performance, that'd probably be a thing to do. So let's start this going with the favorite first. We've got the MMA Guru. That's right, the one with the beanie from the UK. The guy's entertaining. I know he's got like 97,000 subscribers, but still I can't not watch his programming, so I put him up here. You know, I try to put some of the lesser known guys on here, but everybody knows Guru. People like to see common names too, so they know I'm covering the full spectrum. As long as I think they're good handicappers, I know what they're talking about, they can make it on my show. And if they aren't insulting to me. All right, also, AJ DeVito from MMA Experts is brought back. I haven't used him in a bit, but he's on the side of Blagoy Ivanov. Baga. AJ DeVito, MMA Experts. All these guys' links will be in the description. Check them out. Back on the favorite, we've got Tiger Bomb. Now this guy, he could use your support. Check him out. His name's Johnny. He used to be with a guy named Jose. I don't really know what happened with Jose. I was gonna ask him in the comments, but usually when I listen to all these guys, it's on my ride to and back home from work. I have a pretty long commute, and that's where I start listening to these guys. Some of them I listen to them at home, but yeah, I'm not much of a commenter, but please do comment on this show. I could use it. I could use the lift in my algorithm. Anyway, Tiger Bomb Johnny. He's saying by decision, and I think he is just solo now. Tiger Bomb MMA. Check him out. Links in the description. Then jumping back to Blagoy Ivanov, another Johnny K Picks. Johnny K Picks, a regular on my show. I didn't use him last week, but I do use him regularly, pretty much every week, because I am friends with Johnny and his partner in crime, Blood Money MMA Bets. Also on the side of Ivanov, that is Cody from Blood Money. And both those guys are saying Ivanov. Well, Johnny's saying it by decision. So a lot of these guys thinking it's gonna go to the end. Oh, minus 185, but that's 1.5 rounds. So 2.5. If you get that, that's probably going to be a nicer number there. If you think it's going to go decision. I'm not playing the line because the fight goes or not, over under. I'm not playing that because both these guys have horrible cardio. You know, they are sloppy heavyweights. But here we go. Romanov, he was my hot, undefeated fighter right up until that Juan Espino thing where I lost a lot of faith in the guy when he took his out on and it wasn't even like it grazed him. It was a nut check, but it wasn't like oh my God, I can't fight no more night. He saw his opportunity, he took it. You can't blame the guy for that, especially when the tide was starting to turn. But he's kind of been on a downhill since that. He's only beaten Chase Sherman and Jared Van Der. They're like bottom dwellers, you know. So I got to go with the Blagoy Ivanov, the Sambo champion that beat Fedor, that has the scar in the middle of his chest from a knife puncture to the heart, survived and is still fighting. I don't think he's never been knocked out. Going all the way with like Derek Lewis, Tai Tuivasa, Augustus, all these guys. None of them take him out, and they're finishers. Tai Tuivasa, Derek Lewis, finishers. They couldn't finish Ivanov, so I think Ivanov is going to withstand the flurry from King Kong. He does like to do those hammer fists if he gets you on the ground, and he is a wrestler. Romanov, he's a wrestler from Moldova, and if he gets on top of you, he will come down raining with those power fists. But I think Ivanov has enough defensive wrestling to prevent getting taken down and taking control of the first round, and then by round 2, Romanov's cardio, it'll probably be sapped if he's still around, and I think Ivanov might even be able to get the finish. So I'm gonna jump on the side of Baga, this garbage. Yeah, I'm gonna take the side of Baga, Blagoy, Ivanov, and I think he's gonna get it done inside the distance. So we'll say by TKO. I think it's going to be like a ground and pound TKO round 2. You like that? There we go. Moving on. Next, we jump way up the card to the co-main event. I would like to cover every fight like I used to, but time constraints prevent me from doing that. So I can only pick and choose 3 fights out of the card every week. Maybe if I get like some time off, I could do more, but because I really want to do Kevin Lee fight, but Fakhretdinov should be a unanimous full Kemper consensus, so I didn't bother with that. And what else was a close one that I was thinking about putting up there? I forget, and I try to steer away from women fights too, because man, the judging is horrible lately. Jamal Emmers last week. I'm still. I want to throw up when I think about that. Robbed Jamal Emmers. Poor Jamal Emmers. Anyway, poor me, because that would have, if Jamal Emmers won, that would have been a difference in hundreds of dollars in gambling for me, and that was a robbery. So anyway, stop dwelling on the past, Ranj. Move on. Moving on. We have the lightweight co-main event between Damir Ismagulov, Kazakh, with Q's, no K or C in that. Just his nickname is Qazaq. Kazakh, spelled forward and backward, doesn't matter, flip it around. Still, Kazakh. Damir Ismagulov. I don't care. However you want to say it, you see it. Taking on KGD, Killer Green Dud. No, KGD, I'm sure means Killer Grant Dawson, but I remember back in high school, KGB, not the from Russia, but KGB was Killer Green, but I got some of that KGB. That was the code. Anyway, this is a great fight here. Ismagulov, 24-2, coming off a loss to Arman Tsarukyan. Tough loss. I mean, good fight though. Unanimous decision for Tsarukyan, but Damir, yeah, he's a fantastic fighter, man. You can't take it from him. Before that, he had a split decision win over Guram Kutateladze. Before that, he unanimous decision, Rafael Alves. Before that, unanimous decision, Thiago Moises. And before that, unanimous decision, Joel Alvarez. You notice now, last 5. Decision. With Damir on top of all of them, except for Arman Tsarukyan. Interesting. Coincidentally, Damir did retire after that loss to Arman Tsarukyan for, I've heard different rumors. I heard he had a medical reason to retire, and he didn't like the loss, and he was bitter, and he had a medical thing. I think it might have been something with that thing. I don't know what it's, some sort of Twitch thing. I mean, no offense there. I'm just, for real, he has got that. Some people say that's pro. It's a pro in his fighting because he has fast twitch fibers, and he's like twitchy, so he's like fast reaction time and all that. And it might hold true because the dude is quick and he's accurate, his strikes, but it was bad his last fight. Like, I remember when he fought Guram Kutsaladze, and he didn't really have it as bad. He had a little bit, but the fight against Arman Sarukian, I mean, I remember the commentator, like, DC was like, I think he's got something in his eye. Or maybe that was a fight before, I don't know. But one of those fights, DC's like, I think he's got something in his eye. I'm like, nah, DC, that's his twitch going on. Maybe it was against Kutsaladze. That's when it started coming on hard. But I think Sarukian, who's the one ref? Mike Smith, maybe? Or I forget his name, but the big bald black guy ref. I remember he asked, he's like, "You all right? You all right?" And Damir's like, "Yeah, it's just my twit." He didn't say it, but he's like, because he doesn't, English is not his first language, so it's weird. But anyway, so he retired for some reason. Some people say it was medical. Some people say it was because he was just done with the sport. I remember he said, thank you for everything you've done for me, UFC, blah, blah, blah. But then, turns out, somebody sent him a message or something. Hey, you still got a fight left on your contract. So, okay, I could use another, whatever, 10 grand if I get the fight of the night, 50 grand, I could use a little extra paycheck. Why not? So he came back to honor that third fight of his 3-fight contract or something like that. So he's back, but is he back for a long time or is he back for just a short, quick, good time? I don't know. Keep that in mind though, because that might come into play. He's been training at the UFC PI according to Instagram, and at home at the Evolve gym in Kazakhstan, and I guess he's been training with another guy in this card, Rinat Fakhretdinov, because they go to the same gym in Kazakhstan, Evolve Gym, and I saw pictures on Instagram with him at the UFC Performance Institute, the UFC PI. And Fakhretdinov on this card fighting Kevin Lee. So you gotta imagine it's they've been probably working out together. That's a good deal for Damir Ismagulov to have that. And there was a line of like 4 other people that I didn't know. One of them I'm sure was a coach. And the other guys, I think they're like maybe regional fight or something. There was a picture with him with Alexandr Rakic. No, Volkov. Alexander Volkov actually, but Volkov wasn't sweaty and in training clothes. So I think that was like just a, hey man, look who came to the UFC PI today. One of those type of pictures. Grant Dawson, KGD. The underdog, well, he was the underdog. See, right now, they're both minus 110, but they opened up earlier in the week. Damir was the minus 114. Grant Dawson was still a minus number, but was minus 106. So there was a difference. And I think if you caught it wicked early, you could have caught Dawson on plus money. But now, coin flip odds, minus 110 either way. Okay, back to this. Grant Dawson, 19-1-1. He's a former James Krause student over at Glory MMA. You guys all know the story with James Krause. So he has now had switched. Now he's over American Top Team, ATT, down in Florida. He's training with Dakota Harry Bush. Love that. And Thiago Moises also photographed on Instagram with him. And of course, Coach Mike Brown from American Top Team, all having a great time down there at ATT in Florida. He's married to a female MMA fighter. I don't think she's UFC, but she has a pretty decent record. I'm not sure what promotion she's with. I just checked her out really quick. Her name's Elle Dawson. I think she might even be like coach or something, because she has like instructional videos on Instagram. And I think it's recent because I saw a wedding picture, and it was posted 4 weeks ago. So I want to say newlywed, like only a month married to Elle Dawson, which is crazy. Let's talk about his last 5. He's coming off a win against Olympian wrestler Mark Madsen. Where's Mark Madsen from? Georgia. Oh yeah, And he managed to get the rear naked choke on Mark Madsen round 3. Good on you, Grant Dawson. Before that, beat Jared Gordon. Rear naked choke, round 3. I guess that's his card he likes to play. Prior to that, he had a draw with Ricky Glenn. Ricky Glenn, that's interesting right there. I do remember that, and I had money on Grant Dawson, but a draw, your money comes back to you, so you don't lose it. So I guess can't hate that. He beat Leonardo Santos by hammer fist in round 3. I remember watching that fight. Santos, cardio, none left in round 3. So that was Grant Dawson. That was easy. After round 2, there was no cardio left in Leonardo Santos. He is a decorated black belt in jiu-jitsu, but when your cardio, it looks just like Rodolfo Vieira. When you have 0 cardio left, doesn't matter what color belt you are, you're not gonna win. Cardio is a big thing in this sport. And before that, he had a unanimous decision against Nad Naramani. Unanimous decision. So, there we go with that. Grant Dawson is the younger fighter here. He is 29. And Ismagulov, Kazakh, is 32. Kazakh. Okay, let's see what the cappers have to say in this one. We'll start with the former favorite, which is Damir Ismagulov. So taking Damir, we have Cody Blood Money MMA picks. He thinks Damir should get his way to a decision, because that's what he is. Damir's a decisionator. That twitch keeps him from getting knocked out and submitted. Just a decision, and most of the time he wins them. Last time he came up a little bit short, but that was against top tier fighter Arman Sarukian, so you can't blame him there. Then we're gonna stick on this side. We got Johnny K also in agreement there. Same reasoning, same method, decision for Johnny K and Cody. Agreements there for them. Then we got the MMA Guru on the side of Ismagulov. AJ DeVito from MMA Experts on the side of Damir. And finally, preventing the full capper consensus, we've got Johnny from Tiger Bomb. Not Bomb. Bomb. Like boom. Tiger Bomb MMA. Johnny thinks it's going to get done by Dawson by decision. Interesting. I give him the whole side of that board because he's the only one taking Grant Dawson. Well, him and me. Because I know on paper it should. Ismagulov is. I just don't like the whole thing that he's coming back because he realized he had a fight left in the contract after he retired. And the rumor mill says it's something medical, so I think it might have something to do with his I don't even know what that is. That is like a mild. It's like a Tourette's without the swearing. I don't really know. It's like that Twitch thing. And I wouldn't be surprised if he retires after this fight, win or lose. And then you got to think of Dawson. 19-1-1, got the 29, just entering the prime right now. Just newlywed, just got married, coming in. A lot of people are like Tapology's all on Damir as well. He knows he's like the opposition. The opposition's against. Is like the odds are against him. I know minus 110 either way, but he knows he opened up as underdog. And this is going to be a tough fight. And like I said, it could go either way, and I wouldn't be surprised who won it. But I am going to put money on it, and I'm going to go with not the underdog, with the once underdog. I'm going to go with Dawson here because of the reasons I said. And I don't want to. The over is over 2.5 rounds is minus 220. Under that plus 180. So everybody in the world, decision, decision, decision. Everybody thinks it's going to go decision, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I suppose, yeah, I suppose it will. But I've seen some holes in Ismagulov in Damir's game against Armin Sarukian. I know Grant Dawson's no Armin Sarukian, but he is 19-1-1, so KGD has my pick. I'm going to stick with decision, though, like everybody else. So there you have that. And moving on. Now, main event. We have Sean Strickland taking on Abus Magomedov. I don't know how Abus Magomedov made it from one fight in the UFC to headlining, being the main event, headlining a fight night. They couldn't find a better opponent, a more veteran opponent. Whatever, it is what it is. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a shocker to everybody. Maybe there'll be a shock here. The line did move a little bit. Strickland opened up at -170, where Abus Magomedov opened up at +145. So money's actually been coming in on Abus. No, it's been coming in on Strickland. No, it's been coming in on Abus Magomedov, making Strickland more attractive, dropping from -170 to now -146 for Sean Strickland. Man, the sharps know something. This might be a trap. This might be, I don't know. It's very sneaky there, sneaky play there. But anyway, let's get into this. Sean Strickland, 32 years old. Abus Magomedov, 32 years old. Neck and neck when it comes to age. Nothing doing there. Abus does have 1 inch reach and 2 inch, or 1 inch height, 2 inch reach over Strickland, but that's really nothing. Shit. Both of these guys, 32. Okay, we're going to start with the favorite, Strickland. Last 5. Let's see. Coming off a win against Nasruddin Imavov. Fantastic win. I'm a fan of the Russian sniper from France. I like Nasruddin, and Strickland got a unanimous decision against him. Took my money on that one. Before that, he lost to Jared Cannonier. Tight split decision to Jared Cannonier. That was a good fight, actually. Before that, looked like an NPC against Alex Pereira. Just flat-footed, had no footwork, no head bobbing, just eating punch. I don't know, horrible game plan. She should have used some wrestling. Oh, very disappointed, Sean Strickland against Pereira. Very disappointed. It was disgusting. I hated it. But anyway, Pereira left hook round 1. Coincidentally, Sean Strickland now trains with Alex Pereira. He's training at Strickland MMA and Extreme Couture. Extreme Couture is like, Chris Curtis is there. But now Sean Strickland's got his own thing going on, Strickland MMA. I think it's in Vegas, and I think it's relatively close to Extreme Couture, or maybe in the same plaza. Who the hell knows? Not me. He's also training with, oh man, his Instagram is cluttered with he's taking BJJ with this guy named Kyle Magalhaes, decorated BJJ black belt and coach. And Lower Teixeira, yes, him and Alex Pereira came as a package deal to help Strickland in this camp. Keep that in mind. Training with Zach Jusola, they call him the Juice. He's a PFL fighter. And of course, you saw his best friend, best bud, his his vlogging co-host, Chris Action Man Curtis, always in the pictures as well. Before the Alex Pereira loss, he did have nice wins. He had a split decision over Jack Hermanson, and he beat Uriah Hall unanimous decision. So that was Strickland's last 5. Let's talk about Abus Magomedov. With a name like that, you think he's from Dagestan. He is from Dagestan, but no, he's not, because he's actually from Germany. He was born Dagestani, I think he was born in Dagestan and then commuted, or somehow his family. I don't know the whole background. I didn't read a bio or anything, but I know he's definitely in Germany now because he trains over at the UFD gym in Dusseldorf. And you know who else trains there is David Zawada. You might remember David Zawada. He was in the UFC. Now he's in the PFL. Not doing so hot over there, though. I saw a lot of red when I pulled him up. I'm like, oh, that's what happened to David Zawada. But he is definitely out of a German gym. Abus, his UFC debut was his last fight, where he took out a German too. Dustin Stoltzfus. Dustin Stoltzfus is German, I think, isn't he? Or is he? Yeah, Dustin Stoltzfus. He's German. Took him out 19-second TKO, round 1. Fantastic win there. That's what probably landed him this. Before that, he was in the KSW where he guillotined Cesarius Kasich. Who knows? He was in a German regional scene called EMC, stands for Elite MMA Championships, where he got a Chimera in 47 seconds against a dude that was record 0-0-0. A complete can. His name was Slavica something. I didn't even bother writing down last name. 0-0-0 was a guy's record coming into that fight. Really? And this guy, a boost. Before that, he took a loss in the PFL, but it was against Lewis Taylor. And Lewis Taylor is on like a 6-fight win streak over there. And the nature of the loss, a boost lost in 33 seconds by a left hook in round 1. Left hook round 1 from Lewis Taylor, 33 seconds. Yeah. And prior to that, he has a win against Sadibu Saeed in the PFL by unanimous decision. So there you go with Abus Magomedov. I think there's a little bit of juice on the line because of his name. And he's an intimidating presence. He's a big dude for the weight class, and this is a fight. And Sean Strickland, he's big media. He loves social media, loves being a center of attention, likes being the funny guy, very loud and outspoken. That's why this might be a trap. But let's see what the cappers have to say. Starting with the favorite in Sean Strickland. We've got Blood Money, Cody, on the side of Sean Strickland. Johnny K. Johnny K on the side of Sean Strickland. Decision, by the way, for Johnny K. Five round fight, Johnny K. Remember that. Then we got the other Johnny from Tiger Bomb. You know what's great about Tiger Bomb? He uses the best visuals, like the pictures. He finds the worst pictures. He finds like pictures of like the dude's catching a punch right in the jaw or something, or a foot right in the face. I don't know where he finds these pictures, but they're awesome. The ones he has visually displayed as he's breaking down the fights. Good stuff. Then we have AJ DeVito from MMA Experts, also thinking this is going to go to decision in favor of Strickland. And finally, the MMA Guru also believes in Strickland, as he well should, making this a full capper consensus. Haven't done this in a while. A full capper consensus is when all the handicappers pick the same side. And in this case, everybody that I presented on this capper comparison show is in agreement that Sean Strickland should get the win over Abus Magomedov. And I can't knock that. I think that line is kind of actually a little bit too tight, but it's tightening up, which makes me nervous because people in Vegas, they know things. They're smart. And that's why money's been coming in on Abus, making him even more less attractive now. And Strickland's going the other way. Like I said, Strickland was minus 170. Now he's minus 145. Magomedov was plus 145. Now he's a plus 126. If you're going to be on the Obus side, you should have took him earlier, but jump on it now. I, however, am going to go with the full capper consensus here. Man, what is up with these markers, Nor? This one's dried out too. Here, garbage. Garbage. So, I'm going to take Strickland here. And I'll also go by decision. I don't see Strickland finishing. Abus, that dude is very intimidating and looks like a beast. Man, there's a picture on Instagram with Sean Strickland standing next to Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira's got like a good, it looks like he's a foot taller. I kid you not, it looks like a giant. Like, how are these guys the same weight class? How is that even possible? But anyway, check it out on Strickland's Instagram. Very entertaining Instagram. Very good social media guy there. So, to recap. Time check. Your voice is finally coming back, I hear it. To recap, I've got Blagoy Ivanov. Baga! That's his nickname. Taking out King Kong. Alexandr Romanov. By TKO, round 2, I think Romanov, I don't think, he hasn't changed gyms. He's been in Moldova. I guess rumor has it, for the last fight, his regular coach was not there for the camp, so he's cheesed out and did a lot of slacking, and that's why he went in against Volkov. Garbage, looking like garbage, fat, out of shape, winded, no cardio. But this time, I guess his coach is back, so there might be a difference. But I don't know. I'm gonna stick with Blagoy Ivanov at plus money. Plus money, because I am a plus money junkie, and I like that pick there. I'm taking Ivanov TKO round 2. Then I got KGD Killer Grant Dawson taking out Twitch Fever Damir Kazakh Ismagulov. I think Dawson's gonna outpoint him to a decision. I think hopefully he uses Grant Dawson's got real slick wrestling. I like it. Ismagulov very well rounded. Man, this fight makes me a little nervous, but I think I'm sticking with Grant Dawson here. I think he's on the trajectory going upward. He's in his prime, just got married. Everything's going good for him. I like he's at a new gym training with Thiago Moises and who else did I say he was with training over there? Dakota Harry Bush. However, Ismagulov, we're not Fakrinov, but like I said, Ismagulov, I don't see a lot of training in training pictures on his Instagram. I see more like modeling, posing pictures. Where Grant Dawson, it's in training pictures, like hitting pads and stuff and wrestling and stuff. I like that. Wrestling with Dakota Bush at some place called Mako Wrestling. That's, he's been putting it in. And I think he's going to utilize that wrestling where I think that is a little upper hand over Ismagulov, and he's going to get the decision victory. But good fight either way. I can't wait for it. And finally, to end my 3-leg parlay, I'm taking Ivanov, Dawson, and to round out the parlay, Sean Strickland. Full capper consensus. And I think he will also get it done by decision. He's a smarter fighter. He's got way more experience. He knows how to win this. Magomedov, I think he's a little bit too early. He should have had a couple more fights before headlining and going against a veteran like Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland, I jump on Sean Strickland at minus 146 because I think this line I think he should be like a minus 2 something, to be honest with you. But nevertheless, there you have it. So gather the info, place the bets, and cash those tickets. Thanks for watching. Good luck on your bets. I'm going to parlay Strickland, Dawson, and Ivanov. And I think I will make a straight play on Ivanov. Maybe Dawson if he gets the plus money. I don't do minus money bets. So there you have it. I will be on Friday night live stream, usually around 9 o'clock Eastern. I do apologize last week. Super late because I had to go see some country concert. Not even a country concert type of guy, but it was my friend playing, so I had to go support him. Anyway, there you have it. Thanks for watching. Good luck with your bets, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye.